The Raider Castle is finally done, and I will say this, I had to scrap a few ideas I had for it, just because, well, as you can tell, the frame rate is starting to tank, and since this is going to be a mod for all platforms, I didn't want to catch anyone's console on fire. And I know if I keep adding to it, then it's not really going to be playable, so this is about 90% of what I wanted to do. Not bad. I just love how obnoxious that is. Right here is the staging area, so we don't really keep anything in this part. Oh god, here comes Ronnie. Okay, look away. Look, pretend like we're doing something. Yeah, so there's the walls that we built up. The pillory, and yeah, I can't get her to leave. And apparently the Raiders seem to like her, so I don't know, it's a weird time we live in. Through here is the marketplace. So the first thing that you're gonna see is a memento of the Minutemen. You know, since the Raiders kind of took this place over. It's just like a little thank you for letting us invade and have this place by force. All of the power in this place is not set up with the mod. Like this door, you'll have to connect the wires because I don't know how to do that in the creation kit. But they took over the Minutemen radio station and now they use it as a way to communicate with each other out in the Commonwealth. And you'll see I didn't want to scrap anything that was already here, so I tried my best to build around the majority of the structures. There are some bits that you might have to scrap, but overall nothing really overlaps. I didn't want you guys to have to worry about that. Over here is the armorer, and he's wiping the air. And all this stuff on the floor over here is supposed to be on this table, but I'm pretty sure this guy knocked it over. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Don't give me that face. Down here is the Gunsmith, and by the way, each of these shops have a corresponding workbench that you can use. So this is the gun shop, so we have the weapons workbench. The armor shop has the armor workbench, and so on. We have the clinic over here, and what's this fan doing here? Right in the middle of the walkway? Huh? You're raiders, not animals. Well, that's debatable. We don't have a huge gate for this entrance, so there's a guard post on the outside, and then we have all these traps inside. I don't remember what all of them do. I think it's kind of scary. Let's see. Yeah, not too bad. It could be worse. I'll work on it. Around the corner is our general trader, so he sells just about anything. It's kind of like our Walmart. Huh, never thought I would reference Walmart in a video before. Across from Walmart is this butcher shop. And look how this guy's standing. He just looks so uncomfortable. Like, yeah, this is my butcher shop. Here's my meat. Well, this is awkward. This is where we sell clothes and really just kind of hang out. It's kind of like the Fallons, you know. And back here is the Kim shop. And look at this guy. He looks like he'd be running a Kim shop. With that nose, you know. Okay, fine, that was mean. Now, all these shops are run by slaves. Well, not really slaves. We don't like calling them slaves. They're just people that they took from their homes and made them come work for them and live here against their will. So it's more like forced residents, you know, like these are their houses, and I think they're pretty nice, you know, they're everything that you need. We got guards that sit out here to make sure that they don't leave their homes, and during the day they're free to go work for us. So it's a pretty good setup. I was going to do this part back here a little bit differently. So right now, this is where all of the forced residents are welcomed to the community. But the original idea I had for it was to build a whole fishing town on top of this water, where the lower class raiders would live and the higher class would be inside the castle walls. But I didn't end up doing that because of frame rates. I know if I build up that whole area, we wouldn't really be able to walk around here. You can see the frame rate already drops really bad in this spot. Now, on top of being able to work for us and live here against their will, we also give our force residents the privilege of competing in our monthly combat zone, which is quite simple. You know, we pick 2 of them and send them up into the arena, and they simply try to kill each other, you know, for our amusement. And we do give them a few weapons. We're not savages, you know, so if they want to make it more painful, they totally can. We give them that option. This is just something that we're very proud of, and I'm sure it's a real honor for them to participate in. Inside the walls is where all the raiders live. So over this way, we have a very weird structured bathroom, just kind of wide open with 1 shower. It's a raider build. What'd you expect? Couldn't make the bathroom look nice. And all these sections are just basically where they live. The ones by the door, I left those open, so you guys can do whatever you want with them. I didn't want to put the bed right in front of the door. And then here is the boxing ring and a workout place, but mainly the boxing area. So this is where they come in and box. It's no forced residence. This is where they kind of like duke it out, or just simply get a good workout in. Either way, their choice. We have some more rooms out here. Just a lot of bunk beds. I don't know how many people that we can hold, but I think there's a good bit. I want to say at least 30. Okay, maybe not 30, but a good bit of people can fit in here. And I did leave this one open for you guys because since this is a settlement mod, I want you guys to be able to decorate a few rooms. So have fun. A lot of my favorite spots are on top of the wall, like the monorail here. This is the bar, the local bar anybody can go to. It's nothing fancy because it's a raider build, so this is where they serve the alcohol and everything. You can sit outside, or you can sit in here at these tables, play some poker. Now, if you get too drunk and out of line, you get thrown over here. It's a trap door that leads down to, I think there's a couple of dead bodies down there. I got this idea from a few people, and I thought it was hilarious, so I added it in, and it's a good addition. This is just a friendly reminder to not be an asshole. Right next to it is where they get their water from. Now, keep in mind, these are raiders, so they don't do the work themselves. Our forced residents will do it for them. And people are already asking, like, how do they build this? How do they get all this stuff on top of the wall? I don't know. Big cranes. You know, they got the resources they need to make this happen. They just force people to do it for them. Something like that. This is the power plant. And again, they don't manage this shit. They have people that do it for them, like this person. And yeah, so there's a walkway out here that leads out to where they get some more water, just in case, like a little backup. And we have 4 different floors of this whole area. And each one of them just has like little work sections, nothing too crazy, you know, I didn't want it to be too fancy. So we have these little work benches or places like this where it shows that they are working on the power and making sure it's up and running and being distributed properly. And if you've been following me for a little while, you know that I like having everything connected. So I have this walkway that lets you get anywhere you want to go. I don't know, I like for it to be very convenient to get around. And you know, oh, I fell. This is level 3. It's pretty much the same setup, just workbenches and stuff to show that they are working on the generators. Is it obvious I have no idea what I'm talking about with the power generators and stuff? I don't know how this stuff works. Workbenches, sure, that makes sense to me. And I left the top part empty, that way you guys can decorate and make it your own. And no, not because I couldn't figure out what to do up here. Partially the reason. Beside the power plant is this guard post. Now, I like this structure so much that I made another one exactly like this on the other side. I don't know, it's just very Mad Max and Raider-esque. I don't know, I just like it. So down here is where they take their breaks. That's kind of like their break room. And up top, so like in this RV, is their armory. It's where they keep all their weapons and health, like stim packs, just in case they get attacked. And then up top is where the actual guard post is. And it's got a pretty nice view. You can see pretty much anything. It's pretty nice. And then you can go around this side too, which, you know, it's just water, so they don't really have to worry about that. And then it loops around because, you know, I like having things connected. Over here we have a guard post. Yeah, get back to your post. All right, I saw you slacking off. We got one right here, another one right here, and then this one right here. Look at this guy acting like there's not a dead guy's ass just in his face all day. Way to hang in there, man. Over here is another form of entertainment. We just put people in these cages, hang them over this bonfire, and see what happens. The community loves it, you know, so it's been a great addition. Right beside it is the concession stand for the arena. Now, the arena is probably the biggest attraction of this whole settlement. So on this side is the entrance for the blue team. Yeah, you can tell they get really excited in here, so this whole place is a mess. And on this side is the entrance for the red team. And both of them lead to the actual stadium. And now, the rules for the arena is very simple, you know? It's just kill the other guy. And if you win, then their body goes on top of this pole behind us. So this is the blue team's pole. They got about three people over there. And then the red team has 2 people. Okay, so the blue team's winning so far. Good job. On this side is the betting booth, right? It's called a booth, right? So this is where they place their bets on who they think is going to win. And back here is just some more storage. And I was thinking about you guys always yelling at me for not having enough bathrooms. So here's another bathroom. We're still working on it. The women's is a little bit nicer, though. Let's see. See, it's a little bit more intact, I guess. But there's bathrooms. Oh, I almost forgot to show you guys this announcer area. So this is where they announce the match as it's going on and then also keep track of who won. It's fascinating. I know. This walkway up top connects different sides of the walls, and then in the middle we have the power armor station. And this is just where people can come in and work on their power armor, or pay someone to do it, or force someone to do it. Whichever is your thing, we have options. And see, I almost completely forgot about this part over here. So I showed you the guard post, right? So on this side, we have a container for the overboss. So he can like look over and give announcements or make some kind of speeches or whatever raider bosses would do. We have all these guard posts here because above them is the overboss living area. I made this flag, by the way. I just wanted to point that out. I took a few guidelines from working with sim settlements and applied them to this build/mod. So with every sim settlement city plan, there is a player home, and that's what this is. Essentially, the idea is that when you download this mod, you become the overboss of this settlement. And I would like to add in a quest where you have to fight the original boss, but I still need to learn exactly how to do that. So that might be a patch one day. I built this crane and this machine right here to make it look like he operates his container down below, so he can raise it or lower it, whatever. That just seemed like something he would have access to, you know? And there are a few things that we don't ask any questions, you know? We just let him do what he's got to do however he sees fit. We have the bed right here, which you have to admit that looks pretty cozy. And since I'm the overboss of this build, that isn't a dog bed, that is Susan's bed. My cat, in case you didn't know. Oh, and over here, this is just like a little lookout spot, but the gate's open so you can't see. But normally the gate is closed and you can see out into the main road. Now this is the last spot that I want to show you, and it's my favorite area. Oh, real quick, this is the other guard post that I was telling you about. See, it's the exact same as the other one that I showed you, just slightly different, and you'll see whenever I go up. But my favorite part is this airplane thing right here. So I have these stairs on both sides of the airplane. That way you can come and go whichever side you want. This is just a walkway to the guard post. You can see how I made it connect right there. I was going to add some storage or something right here, but I didn't think it needed it. I think it looked fine as a walkway. But if we keep going up, it leads to, this is my favorite part. I made a bar out of this top part of the airplane. So this is for like the higher class raiders, like the friends with the overboss. Those are the people that are welcome up here. And you can see that it's connected to the guard post right there. So there's a few minor changes. This is the exact same guard post as the one up front. And of course, I added in a suite for the overboss, right? So this is his whole section. He can come in here and play pool, you know, hang out with his buddies, do whatever. He also has this lookout balcony that overlooks the arena. So he has the best view and a throne up here. Everything you're gonna need. And you know, a lot of people suggested a brothel or like a strip club, which I thought was a really good idea for a raider build, but I didn't want to just, you know, be too hardcore with it. So I just made this little room. And right next to it is a bathroom, because he's got to have a private bathroom that actually looks pretty nice. And the last spot is this lounge up here in the cockpit. Surprisingly, I could fit so much more up here. Hey, what are you doing up here? You're not supposed to be up. Look at his face. That's the face of someone who got caught. But guys, that is pretty much it. The castle is finished, and I really hope you all enjoy it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Now, this is going to be a mod for all platforms. I should have it uploaded in a couple of days, and maybe a little bit longer for PS4 since I have to remove some of the custom assets that I used. But they will all be up very soon, I would say no longer than a week. And I'll add all the links to them in the description. Now the mod doesn't have every single thing that I showed you in this video. It's really only a couple of spots though, so nothing major. I left a few areas for you guys to add your own decorations and design to it. But thank you all for your suggestions. You gave me so many good ideas, and I wish that I could have included every single one of them into this build. But thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.